Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Longines Heritage 1945. And first I'd like to remind you that we're here at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota taking a look at this piece. And I'd also like to remind you that we will be leaving links in the description to this watch as well as to our channel store where we sell our favorite watches and watch accessories. So, to start the rest of this review, as I said, this is the Longines Heritage 1945. Let's first go over kind of the case details of this piece. So it's got a stainless steel case that is 40 millimeters in diameter. 40 millimeters in diameter is the perfect diameter for basically any watch in my opinion, so I think that that's an excellent choice that they decided to do that. Now, as you can see, this watch it looks a lot like a vintage Longines kind of military / dress watch. It looks fantastic, but it's put into a modern size. Now, if you go back to like the 1940s, most watches at that time are much, much smaller than modern watches, and the fact that they decided to put this watch in a 40 millimeter case makes it look very, very nice, and it kind of gives it a modern look, even though it's definitely a kind of heritage piece. And I really love the look of this. It's got this beautiful brushed dial. So it's brushed in one direction. It's not in a radial pattern or anything like that. And again, this harkens back to Longines watches of old, and I really like how this looks. I also love the numerals that they included on this piece. Now, I'd also like to note that regarding the dial, it kind of has a salmon color to it, but it actually changes from a salmon to kind of silver, depending on the light. So as you can see, as I moved around here, you can it definitely changes appearance depending on the lighting situation. And I really love this watch. Now, one thing to note about this is that this watch does not have lume. So that is kind of a downfall of the piece, but it's not that big of a deal considering this probably isn't someone's only watch, as it is kind of a heritage, almost like a collector's edition. So moving on to the case back. The case back it does not have a clear case back, which is fine considering the movement in this piece is not in-house. It's a ETA-derived movement. It's called the L609, and it has a 42-hour power reserve, which is less than I'd like it to be, frankly. I'd like it to be around 48 hours for the power reserve. Now, the price of this watch is $1,800, and I think that's slightly high, but it's fair considering the beauty of this piece. I mean, I really love this piece. And Longines Heritage Collection, I would highly encourage you to check just the rest of the pieces in it out. I really love how pretty much all of them look. I mean, they're very, very good value for money, especially the chronographs. The Bigeye Chronograph is one of the best value for money chronographs that you can buy. I mean, it's column wheel, it's beautiful. We've reviewed it in the past. I highly encourage you to check out our review. It's a spectacular watch. So I'm really happy with what Longines has been doing recently, and I think that they're definitely an underappreciated brand. So if you like this video, please remember to subscribe and share. Oh, before I forget, I didn't do a wrist shot of this watch. Sorry about that. So, the 40 millimeter case size, the reason I love that size is it really looks good on any wrist. And unless you had a really small wrist, it might look a little bit big, but for pretty much anyone else, it's fantastic. So one thing to note about this watch, though, is the band that it's on. It's kind of a distressed leather band. It's very comfortable. It's very soft and supple. It's very high quality. It's on a buckle, not a deployant clasp, which I love. Frankly, deployant clasps can get rather annoying, especially on kind of lower end luxury watches like this. Usually they're not of the highest quality, and I love that. It just has a buckle clasp. It's fantastic. Also, this watch could easily be placed on a Nato strap. I think it'd look great on an army green Nato or maybe a tan Nato, like a sand tan or something like that. So if you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.